This is the multi-cutter pad, part of the Nicholas Lodge collection. So this is a multi-purpose pad designed to accommodate two main brands of cutters. First of all, gem cutters. Gem cutters have these round holes in them, these like almost pegs, and these would go into the round holes. So for example, this is a strip cutter. This is, for example, like a rose calyx cutter. So any of the gem cutters will actually go and be accommodated into this in any configuration you want to, because we use a pie crust method where we lay the paste over the top, which I will show you in a moment. So that will be used to accommodate the gem cutters. And then you'll notice then there are also slots and little smaller holes. So these will be made to accommodate patchwork cutters. So for example, patchwork cutters sometimes have this little bar, so that would go into the little slot. Like this. This shows obviously like a lace design one, and this is, for example, here. This one here is for stamens, so again this will go into the slot. And then some of the patchwork cutters have like a little peg on them, so this one has got a peg. This is, for example, this one here, and these will actually fit into the slots or also into the holes as well on smaller ones. So this is, for example, like a damask design. Now when we use patchwork cutters, it's not necessarily used on the gem cutters unless it's a more intricate design, but we normally just rub the surface of this with some easy release. So this is the easy release stick and easy release pot. We do have separate video tutorials on using this product, but this is obviously used. Just going to take a little bit of this onto your finger. Or if you're using the easy release stick, again, you can just use this and just rub a little bit onto your finger like that. I'm just going to rub this onto the surface of the patchwork cutter, like so. And then we will take some gum paste, which is what we normally use for patchwork cutters. This particular design I'm showing you is from the mix and match set. So this is actually number 4 on the pasta machine. You lay this over the top of the cutter here. And then I'm just going to use my rolling pin here. I'm just going to roll across the top here like this. And use your rolling pin a little bit like almost like you're playing the violin, like your bow. Just rub over the surface of this. And see, then you're just going to remove the excess paste. Then you would take a pin and you're just going to then remove the inside part. So this technique of using patchwork cutters, I use for any of the patchwork cutters that have interior design, like for example snowflakes, musical notes, the lace, any of those particular ones that have interior design. Because if you use this in a traditional method of cutting it out, when you try and remove these internal pieces, you're going to damage the part that will be left. And then all we then do is just remove this. So just generally just take a straight pin here, and then with your straight pin, just going to just take this and pop this out. So this will give you your damask design. And then normally you just turn this upside down, leave it to dry for a couple of minutes, put some of the glue, the easy glue on the back of this, and attach this onto your cake to make a decoration. When you're doing something like, for example, the lace, which I've already have pretty much completed, this would be done in the same way with the strip. This is obviously number 5 because it's a little bit thinner, and you would then actually roll from the center to the outside with a smaller stick. So this is actually the large stick there. And then you would remove the excess paste, and then here again, just like I did, but usually it's easier just to lift this up on your finger and then just take out these almost like little boomerang shapes here. And again, you're just going to then just take your straight pin, and with your straight pin, your lace will come out like this. And this is a beautiful lace. I use this a lot on cakes, and it joins perfectly. You can use this around the bottom of a cake. It's very, very nice. And as I said, I use this lace in different colors, in, for example, black and things. It looks fabulous. So that's one of my favorite patchwork cutters. But also we use this technique on something like this is from my actually Craftsy Romantic Garden Rose class for the wild rose, but this is part of a Christmas rose. So with this one, I would roll in the same way, and then I would just roll from side to side to really almost make sure you can sort of see the teeth, again having a little bit of the easy release on here. So although this doesn't have internal design on it, if you try to use this in a conventional cutter, it's not going to cut through enough to be able to remove that. So you see how you're going to take this, and then literally you're just going to remove then your little teeth like this. So this would be what we would then use and wrap this around the center to make the center of the wild rose. So this is the multi-cutter pad. So remember, this comes just as the pad, but this will accommodate all of your gem cutters and all of your patchwork cutters to make it very easy to use the pie crust method, as I call it in my teaching.